Hello, everyone. I'm Jean-Claude BeyondMystic, and welcome to this evening's edition of the Divine Feminine's Oracle Show. Full moon in Gemini, in effect. And of course, please welcome the amazing Julie and Sophie. You can find them at Maison Jupiter here on the web. And you can also find them on the BeyondMystic.academy. Julie, Sophie, how are you tonight?
Good, thank you. You?
I'm okay. It's been a weird, energetic day. How are you guys feeling with all this crazy full moon energy? And yeah, how's that manifesting in your lives?
It's tough. I'll be honest. Like I find this couple days kind of rough on my energy. We'll talk about this more in details, but it's the full moon tomorrow, and it's exactly conjunct Mars retrograde, and Mars has to do with our vitality. So Mars retrograde is a bit harder to grasp the full power of this energy. So I'm feeling it. I'm feeling a bit drained, I have to say.
I don't know about you, but I feel like I got hit by a bus, and then the bus backed up and hit me again. Like it's just been, wow, I haven't slept much the last couple of days. I'm looking at myself. I'm like, oh my God, I look so white and pale. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us here tonight. We're going to try to put on a really cool show for you guys. We hope that these energies are not affecting you too much, but let us know in the chat if you're feeling weary with all of this crazy energy as well. Julie, before I ask Sophie also the themes from the last week here in the personal readings, you had mentioned something to me, and Janine was asking the other day, it's like, wait, are we in a retrograde? We were having trouble talking last night during the live stream. A lot of weird bugs happened with the technical sports stuff too. So talk quickly about this, why Mars is affecting us also in the same way sometimes as we feel the Mercury retrogrades. What are the connections between the two?
Well, interestingly enough, Mars retrograde is in a sign of Gemini, which is the sign of communications. So it's affecting social media, communication in general. It's also an energy prone to more conflicts. So it's kind of like a Mercury retrograde, but more on a vitality level. And Mars, because when it turns retrograde, it also affects, let's say, repressed emotions sometimes. So there's a lot of repressed anger that could come out around this time, a lot of, let's say, conflicts between people. So Gemini is all about, communications. And also it can affect siblings, it can affect children even more. So it's kind of similar because it's in the sign it's in right now.
Cool.
Not cool.
Of course. Well, cool, because it kind of explains a lot of what everybody's feeling. I'm looking at the chat now. It's like, JC, your audio is low compared
to... I was going to say.
Is that weird? Is this the right mic? Can you hear that?
No, I think your mic is on the computer.
Oh, maybe that's what. Okay, thank you, Farmer Dick, for letting me know. Let me see if I can try to fix that quickly here. I did have to reboot default Mac. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeti.
It's better now.
This one too.
Yes.
Last call for the bar. Okay, got my radio voice back on now. Okay, thank you for letting me know, guys. Appreciate that. And also, did we pick a winner last week for the... What did we do last week?
Protect your DNA.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we'll pick a winner live tonight. Okay,
I
forgot to pick one. So we'll pick a winner for that. But before I do that, let me know in the live chat right now where you're from. I want to see the sample here of the audience for this evening. It always fascinates me to see how many people we have from all around the world. So just let me know in the chat right now where you're from. And of course, we'll pick a winner later this evening here for the Protect Your DNA campaign that we put forward the other day. Toronto, Quebec, Florida, okay, Iowa, awesome. Sophie, let's start diving into the subject matter here. And last week, you've been busy doing one-on-one consultations. What seems to be the themes that are coming up mostly here in these readings?
Past lives. It's still past life right now. So people want to know about what they have been doing in past life, what is their karma, what is their mission in this life also. So if you have not done the course on past life, this is the time to do it. I think it's really important that we know where we are coming from to know where we're going next.
Okay. Before you show, you told me you had two themes coming up from the
Yes, true. Children too. Yes.
Oh, children. Same as last week too. The children coming up. Okay. Why do you think those two things are coming up? Do we want to do a general poll right now to see why that specifically is coming up? Does it have to do with alignments, or perhaps maybe just karmic renewals or karmic problems that we have to look at? Let's pull. Let's do a first pull here from the cards and see what we can glean from that.
Yep. Right now, the energy is crazy with Mars. So when we talk about children, it's also about protecting, I think. So we have children around us. We have an energy level on Mars that is really asking us vitality, also protection, anger towards it, against what is not fair around us. So children is really, really present here right now because we do have those energy, ruthless and giant. So we need to have this protection for the DNA and protection for the children right now. Those are the main topic right now: vitality, children, and fairness, I would say. Sorry.
Okay. And how are you? Let me ask you on the spot. You don't have to answer, but are you dealing right now with triggers from past lives? And if so, how is that representing in your life right now, if you aren't sure?
I think right now I'm not dealing personally with trigger with past life, but what I see around me right now, it's a lot of people who are feeling drained. They're feeling more down. They're feeling really like you said, the truck that has been on them and then not sleeping, not able to recuperate their vitality. So all of this, it's linked, I think, with the DNA, children, and then the energy. A lot of people are also feeling sick, depressed, or just drained, completely drained. This is heavy energy. So it can come from past life on many levels. We can have things from chronic pain that we have to address from past life that we need to bring back healing. But sometimes it's just the energy around. Collectively, we're going through that energy. Collectively, we have to just get out of this. It's not a lower energy. I don't think it's a lower energy. I just think it's a phase when we go through less energy and we are more raw. We are more connecting with our emotions and we're more sensitive to our emotions also. So in that time when the vitality is not the best, it's a good time to check in. What are our priority when I'm not feeling with a lot of energy? Where do I prioritize my time and my resources, my energies? If you are putting your time, it's, let's say, your children, because that's a big theme right now, or in school or with your partner, it's telling you that this is a priority for you. Most people right now, I saw a few people that have tons of energy. Good for you guys, but most people right now are not feeling that. So look around, where are you still putting the effort? And that is telling you where is your priority right now in time.
Okay, very good. Julie, how about you? This idea of being triggered here to look at maybe some past lives or karmic loops, how's that affecting you in your life right now, if you want to share?
I feel like it's mostly my energy level that it's being affected, and I think I kind of have some astrology cues about it if I can bring the chart, and
Sure.
I'm gonna dive deeper into this. So this is the chart for the full moon that's in Gemini we're going to have tomorrow. So as you can see, the moon is at 16 degrees of Gemini, exactly conjunct Mars, 16 degrees. And if you go this way, so you'll see at 90 degrees, let's say it's a loose square, but still a square with Neptune in Pisces at 22 degrees. So a square is a tension aspect in astrology, and Neptune is very draining as an energy when it's badly aspected like this one. So Neptune is a kind of a very dreamy energy, very, it's really good to explore anything spiritual. It's good to explore past lives. But with this square to Mars, it's also, let's say, exposing some repressed emotions because of this Mars retrograde. So with the moon there, and we all know that full moons are very emotional times. There's more, let's say, births, accident. The police stations are always busier. The ambulances are busier on full moons. So it's a time of, let's say, an emotional peak always, but especially when there's like a very emotional planet like Mars, retrograde especially, that's being exactly conjunct. So I feel like a lot of repressed stuff from the past because of this retrograde, and also because of the square to Neptune, which also talks about the past from either this life or past lives. A lot of repressed stuff is, let's say, can be acted up as very intense emotional triggers. So I'm gonna think about what it means for me if you give me a couple minutes, JC. But I think
Okay.
that's the astrological pattern mainly.
Okay, very good. Well, while you think on that a little bit more, let me bring up this question here for Sophie. Kim is asking, do more people pass on full moons? Now, what's the significance with the full moon card or the moon card in tarot? How does this all tie in, Sophie?
I do think people tend to pass more on full moon. There is also more giving birth on full moon, like Julie said. So I do think that more people are passing on full moon. It's a completion of a cycle in astrology. So it's for me, I think it's true that people tend to pass more on full moon, but let's not forget that right now we do have more deaths. We do have more mortality. We have Mars retrograde. So it means that the energy level, the health level is not really good right now. I don't know if you feel it around you. Maybe write it in the chat if you have people sick around you, or if you feel just low in general. But I do have many people sick around me, not just from that C word that we cannot say here, but many, many things that are just lack of light, lack of also just, the temperature is changing, the season of changing. So if you don't have a good detox system, it's maybe something that you should look into it.
Great advice. Lonnie, I believe, Lonnie Wallace says, okay, I'm still fighting every day in whatever way I can. I need to shine up my sword. That struck me because swords are words and thoughts in tarot, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if this is where Lonnie was going, but that's what I'm getting here, or maybe that's what Spirit is telling us here. So let's tackle this one. What do people need to do right now to shine up their sword, or basically their thoughts and words, as we are fighting into this Mars retrograde here, and how the communication aspect of our lives are very, very much at stake here in this grander scheme of this spiritual warfare we find ourselves in?
And if I can add to that before Sophie pull cards, it's interesting because this full moon is in the information axis. So, and Gemini is an air sign. So again, with swords, the correlation with that. So the information axis is highly highlighted at the time. So we know there's a lot of information, WARS, going on at the same time. And I feel like this particular full moon in Gemini with Mars is the signature for the digital soldiers. So I feel like that's a big thing that we're being called upon. And I'm letting Sophie talk now. I just wanted to add that.
That's really good.
You can talk as much as you want.
And of course, Lonnie says, oh my God, good call. Exactly, JC. Interesting. I love this interaction with the live audience. It always makes it really cool. So thank you guys for sharing that with me. Go ahead, Sophie. What do you make of all of this?
So I have 4 cards, so 2 messages in total. So I have independence, and I have the card of children, the Page of Cups. So very interesting that this card, this energy of children is here. Many people are trying to get pregnant right now. Many people are talking about custody battles with children. Those are the topic that comes up right now. And I do have the sword that says no return with the Queen of Sword, the queen that takes no BS and that sees the truth. So that is saying that you do have to forgive with the Page of Cup. You have to forgive. You have to be in a space where you give others the love, the respect, but it's not a huge investment of your time and your resources. You just forgive and you release those energy that you have to release. And with the Queen of Swords, it says that you have to speak your truth. We have the card that says no return with that. So that means that you need to not go back to your old patterns. It's a time where you may feel more vulnerable because of that lack of energy, that lack of vitality. But do not use that time to feel like you don't see your worth. So you go back to old patterns, old jobs, or old lack of boundaries that you may have with many things. You need to speak your truth. So use your sword. You need to really use your words to put on clear limits, clear boundaries, and not go back to the old pattern.
That's really good. And you know, Julie, okay, go ahead, Julie.
No, go ahead.
I also love your hair tonight. Everybody's commenting on your hair. It's really cool. I went to see ABBA Mania this weekend with Sarah, and it was funny because the singers on stage were using specific words in the passages of these songs and emphasizing them in terms of fighting for freedom and all of that. And a lot of the audience didn't capture the nuance, but I was like, yes, they're talking to us. They knew what they were saying. And of course, they said at some point they invited some people on the stage to participate. And they're like, oh, we weren't allowed to do that, but now we can. Everything's fine. And I was looking at a few people around me who still were wearing masks. I'm like, are you getting the message? We're good. So anyways, the people on stage, or at least the performers, were doing exactly what Sophie was saying now. Use your words. Don't go back. This is not the time to mince words here. We need to communicate the truth. Every one of us, every day, we have to push that needle forward. So I thought it was really cool on the ABBA cast to bring that out this weekend. Julie,
love ABBA. I love ABBA.
Yeah.
And it makes me think of two things I wanted to talk. Well, first of all, I talked about this aspect to Neptune. Neptune is also music. So I feel like we'll all find very interesting messages in songs. And like you were talking about ABBA, I'm sure there's like a special frequency in some of that music that's supposed to play a part in what we're living right now in the world. So I feel like music might have a great part in this full moon and in this coming weeks. And second thing that Sophie made me realize also with this full moon and this square aspect, it's pretty much like this choose your battles, I feel, type of scenario, because we'll feel this very intense warrior energy with this Mars that's being very much highlighted. But at the same time, Neptune talks about forgiveness. So it's like some of those battles, we'll have to leave them behind because it's part of the past and it's not going to bring us anything. But some battles are important for us to invest our energy in because it talks about the future and our what we want to manifest in our future. So this choose your battles carefully, I feel like it very much applies here with this full moon.
Really cool. Okay.
You know what's funny?
Susie says, Julie reminds me of I Dream of Jeannie. I'm like, oh, wait, where's the poster? Let me see if I can bring that up. Yeah, kind of. It's cool. Oh, okay.
Nice.
What were you going to say also?
I saw a comment, the blue comment.
Oh yeah.
Here.
But JC didn't get the memo, apparently.
Yeah. And Sophie and I didn't even talk about it. And it's so funny because well, that wasn't my intention at all, but it's our dad's birthday today. And it was his favorite color is blue. So Sophie thought about it, but I completely forgot about the blue thing. And I just picked out a blue shirt very randomly. So that's funny.
Not randomly. There is nothing random about it, Julie. You know it.
Yep. Right.
Random.
Gemini is the messenger, so you must have the message. And using messenger for this full moon, don't forget to use your mantra. Don't forget to use the throat chakra. Don't forget to use the throat to really speak up. Use mantra to release what you don't want. Use your throat chakra really to say things, even if it's text message, it's still the throat chakra to put your boundaries, to say no to certain things, to say no to certain people. And it's really useful to just use powerful affirmation.
Wow, really good. Questions for Julie and Sophie. The tip jar is in the chat now. Thank you so much, everyone, for supporting these shows. You guys are amazing. We'll try to get to as many questions as we can from the PayPal tip jar tonight. In the meantime, I want to share with you, of course, Carla's amazing donation for this evening. This is the astrology series. Again, here, Gemini, right on theme. Let's see what Carla has in store for us this evening.
Hi, everyone. This is Carla from Ascension Organized, and today I have a new piece of the astrology series. This is Gemini. Gemini is made of serpentine, moss agate, howlite, blue apatite, brass metals, aluminum metals, and the tetrahedron symbol in silver. So Gemini is known as the twins. They are risk takers. They're very outgoing and very curious. Bright green is a great color for Gemini, and all these stones work with Gemini energies to balance them and enhance them. So serpentine is great for grounding, cleaning the chakras, also bringing in wisdom. Moss agate is for abundance and prosperity. Howlite is for persistence and patience. And blue apatite will help them to stay on task, focused, concentrated, and to achieve goals. So I'll give it a quick turnaround so you can see it. And there's Gemini. I hope you guys like it, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you, Carla. I appreciate that. And guys, if you're looking at getting one of these amazing pyramids in your own possession, you could do so at ascensionorganites.com. And if you use the coupon code BeyondMystic, you get an extra 10% off. Everybody says, oh my God, I love that pyramid. I love it too.
Yeah.
On top of the pyramids this evening, Julie, do we also have a candle? What's going on today?
We do. Thank you for reminding me. So since it's the full moon tomorrow, we have the full moon candle that's going to be given tonight. So the full moon candle is infused with garnet, I believe. Yes, I'm reading at the same time, just to make sure I don't say anything crazy. And the scent is sandalwood. So it's very grounding. It's very good to manifest anything that's very earthy. And sometimes with also this Gemini energy, we can feel like we're very much up in the air, but we all need this very much grounding energy. So I feel like the full moon is very stabilizing as an energy.
I love this full moon. I have this candle. I really like the scent of this one also. Guys, there too, I believe. Yes, coupon code for these, Julie?
BeyondMystic for 10% off.
I have to change this poster to include the candles.
Yeah.
Do I have that one? I don't think so. Right? Okay. Hit. Send me a poster. I'll use it next time for the show. Barb says, I love sandalwood. Yeah, me too. I really love that smell. It's very soothing to me. Somebody was asking, hold on, see if I can bring this back up here in the questions.
And I think I have a question for Sophie in a few minutes after yours.
Jackie Morin, no, malheureusement, there's no other way than the PayPal tip jar here for us to do it live anyways. Of course, we're demonetized here on YouTube. That's the nature of the warfare against truthers, I suppose. So we do really appreciate it if you can through PayPal. But through PayPal, you can also pay with your credit card and debit card. Depending on what browser you're using, you should also have that option. So hopefully that works for you guys. And again, if you can, that's great. If you can't, that's okay too. We just really appreciate each and every one of you trying to support the show in any way you can. Even if that's just hitting the like button, that's free. I really appreciate that. And of course, leaving comments in the section below and sharing these videos with people, that really helps out a lot as well. So big thank you to all of you. Sophie, or what was the question? Julie, you had a question for Sophie? Go ahead.
Yeah, I do, because I saw a comment pass by, and I'd like for Sophie to pick cards if that's possible. So
Sure.
Jazz Lions, I guess. Lions. Migraine is getting in the way of my energy work, hypersensitive. And I have a lot of friends around me stuck with migraine issues right now. So I'm wondering, is there like a holistic source to this illness? Is there like a common source? Let's say your soul is trying to scream something to you. Do you see something common in all those migraine issues, Sophie? Maybe
I will pick cards on this, but I have seen that a lot in consultation. I just check with the cards. Yeah, it's Mars retrograde, guys. We have patience and we have the fighter. So this is a lot of Mars energy. This is Mars retrograde. And
hold on.
Yeah.
Both Julie and I are trying to bring you up at the same time on the screen. And you keep going back to the right. Okay, keep going, Sophia.
We're having fun. Let me just pick one more with the tarot cards. Yeah, oh wow, the Hangman. Do you see that? The energy around the head.
Mm-hmm.
So there's two things that I can tell you that I see a lot in my consultation with the migraines and the head in general. Yes, there could be the Mars retrograde if you have Mars in Aries. That is a lot of energy around the head, but there's also ascending syndrome. I see that a lot right now. I don't know why specifically right now there's a lot of ascending syndromes. For those who doesn't know ascending syndromes, it's a lot of on your body. It's when you ascend, when you have a level up in your vibration, and it can cause a lot of symptoms. So it's not per se just migraines, but migraines are a huge part of it normally.
Wow. Okay.
Thank you.
Julie?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
But if I can add something, I was also wondering, Sophie, do you think that maybe part of this cause, aside from the ascension syndrome, is maybe your soul is trying to scream something at you, like, let's say you're not doing the right work or you're not in the right relationship. Is like, do you see something like that happening? Like you have to change something in your 3D life also?
Yeah, I do see that ascending syndrome, it's like this, but I have to be more specific. I think ascending syndrome, it's when you level up, but it needs also to let go of what is not aligned with you
Okay, got it.
anymore. So the more you have symptoms, sometimes it's not that you level up that much, it's that you have so many things that don't resonate with you anymore, that they are causing a resistance, that they are causing a reaction to it. And it can be as for me, when it happens to me, I had a reaction to my home decor because it was so low vibration. I had to throw it out in the trash. So it can be anything around you that you have a reaction because it's not aligned with you anymore. That's why sometimes it's good to do your feng shui. It's good to look at what is around you in your day to day to see what is the cause of this reaction.
Makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
Going back to the headaches, as you were just talking now, I remember this old episode where Cliff High had talked about an encounter he had in the 80s or 90s with this, not a miner, but a refiner of silver and gold. And he had suggested that he had made himself, the guy, I think it was from Ukraine or maybe Russia, he had made himself a silver chair that he would sit and meditate in, and it would have these extraordinary psychic powers sitting in the chair. And a couple of years later, we found out that there is a nerve at the top of the head that very much reacts to silver when silver is in proximity. So talking about like a psychic connection to silver. And as you were just talking about now, the headaches, I'm wondering if people have actually tried this when they have a headache to maybe place silver around their head, because headaches or like pains usually in Taoism are indicative of a lack of energy flow, like a blockage of sorts. So people would go to acupuncture, they'd go for a massage, whatever. But if metal, specifically silver, is one of the best conductors of the world, maybe it could help rebalance some of that energy moving through the head as well. Anyways.
So interesting. I wish I read that earlier today when I had a huge headache.
Yeah, so never mind the tinfoil hats. So that's for the conspiracy theory people. Get yourself a silver hat and be more psychic, or like that. What's that guy, Magneto in X-Men?
Yes.
Yeah, but not go with silver. You never know. It could be interesting. Okay, RK JR says great stuff, GC. I don't know. I'm just.
And can I ask an additional question? Sorry, GC.
Yeah, go ahead.
I see a lot of comments talking about what about the ears, let's say ringing ears or blocked ears. And I also have friends around me who have that issue. Do you think, Sophie, it's also connected? Can we
I think it's connected, but I will take one more for this for sure.
Okay.
It's rebalancing. And also it says that we need some time off. So we have the card of vacation, the temperance card. It means that if you are not listening to your body right now, we have a lot of exhaustion. We have a lot of, yes, you're not where you should be in your life. Maybe a choice that you're making, maybe around you, the energy, many things in your life needs to change. Maybe it's your case, but there's also exhaustion. So the ear specifically, not the head, for me would be exhaustion. That is also in traditional Chinese medicine. If you have the ringing in the ear, it's one thing. If you have also spots in your eyes, like you see flies, I don't know if that translates well, but in French it's flies. So if you have like the black spot, it's also very tired. It's also very drained.
Interesting. Thank you.
Cool. Okay. Full moon in Gemini. Julie, do you want me to bring up that chart? We can get into that before we get into the questions. Thank you, everyone, in the PayPal chip jar. Quite a few questions already. We're going to try to get to as many as we can here after we go through this wonderful slide prepared by Julie at Maison Jupiter. Julie?
Yes. Okay. So full moon in Gemini, that's tomorrow. Very late at night. So it's the night from December 7th to December 8th. So a full moon is always a completion of a cycle in astrology. It's the high tension point between the sun and the moon. So either it's a completion of some sort. Usually I find that regular full moons and new moons are more something internal. So it's not necessarily something that you'll see in your physical world around you, physical environment. Sometimes it's more subtle. So let's say it's a completion, or it could also be some rewards of some sort regarding what house it falls in for your own birth chart. So if you want to see what house it's going to activate, look up where 16 degrees of Gemini, so mid Gemini, is falling in your own birth chart, and what house, and you'll have an indication of what type of completion is happening for you, or what kind of rewards could be presenting themselves for you. And also because we got the moon and Mars exactly conjunct at the time of this full moon, it's going to be, well, I'm sure you can already feel it, everybody. It's going to be a very highly emotionally charged full moon. And full moon are, as I was saying earlier, already emotionally charged. Put Mars retrograde in the mix and you got a kind of a bomb situation, I'd say. So we all have to watch for being very reactive, even aggressive, and beware of possible communication conflicts, because in Gemini, it's a sign of communication. It's the sign of siblings, also children, schooling. What else is Gemini? Social media. So these are all areas where some type of conflicts or issue could be rising. Also, we could see some serious social media issues coming up on the stage. Also, Mars is the planet of rebellion. So there can be some energy in the collective trying to change things, trying to rebel against how social media has been before. So that's an energy personally I'm already seeing, even if it's tomorrow. So full moon, I would say, have an orb of influence of a few days before, a few days later. So let's say a week in total. So as we were saying earlier, Mars is currently retrograde until January. So whenever a planet is retrograde in the sky, it means it's closer to Earth. So we feel its energy a lot more. So Mars energy right now is highly emphasized, and with the moon falling exactly at the same degree, it's going to be very, very emphasized. So Mars is about primal instincts, repressed emotions, and also there could be some let's say feeling for looking for revenge coming up in the air. So these are all, let's say, lower manifestations of Mars. And I say the challenge of, let's say, channeling this energy in a higher frequency would be to take this, let's say, anger, which in astrology is a positive emotion, because anger, when it's rightly channeled, can push you to change things that are no longer working for you in your life. So if you can use this fire energy of this Mars retrograde to, let's say, take some things in the past that was no longer working from you and you're trying to change it, you can channel it, let's say, in a better way. It's going to be challenging. I'm just gonna let's say prevent everybody watching, because we'll have those primal urges, let's say triggers, emotional triggers coming first before we can really think about it and be like, oh, that's why that was pushing me to react very aggressively. So, but I think music is going to be very helpful at that time with this Neptune square. Also forgiveness, which is also Neptune energy. Anything that's going to help you center yourself, meditation. These are all Neptune energies that could help you around this full moon. And Mercury, the ruler of this full moon, because it's in Gemini, is squaring Jupiter. So another, let's say, challenging aspect.
Tension point.
Tension point, yes, because we're needing another one, right? So, and Jupiter is right now at the last degree of the sign of Jupiter before it enters Aries on the 20th. So I feel like during this full moon, we're also tying up loose ends while Jupiter finishes its transit in Pisces. So we're kind of trying to look at the past and finish up stuff from the past. So, completing loops, completing cycles, because it's at the very last minutes of the 29 degrees of Pisces. So it's an interesting energy.
And talking about closing loops or finishing old things in the past, why don't we pull some cards on that, Sophie, and see how best we can do that, if there's tips and tools or what universe would like to suggest at this particular time with this particular alignment of energies.
Yep. And Julie, do you think we are still stuck in loops, overthinking, and with that Mars energy?
Sure. Yeah, for sure. Mars retrograde and Gemini is a hard one to channel, because Gemini is very mental and Mars is usually very physical. So it needs like an output, a physical output for its fire. So being also having a physical activity is going to help, I feel, channel this nervous energy. So sometimes Mars retrograde can manifest itself as a nervousness, because you go around loops in your head.
Lorianne says, my spouse is Aries and he's been very grouchy lately. Aries, big connection there. Interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, Sophie, advice from the universe, how to deal and maybe close these karmic loops in this particular alignment.
Wow. Lower vibration that is getting out. I'm wondering if this has something to do with the sinus illness that we're feeling right now. Everybody that is sick around me, it's like sinus and lungs, and it's like very Gemini, the air. And I'm wondering if that's the need of the getting out of the body.
Well, Gemini is lungs and breath. So breath work. So we're clearing up our respiratory system. So maybe we're pushing away any toxins, any emotions.
A lot of that is present in our hospitals right now. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Indeed it is.
Some have more toxin to push out than others. So I have the very, very low vibration card of Bound, which is the devil here. We have still the Page of Cups. So I switched decks and we still have the Page of Cups that is coming in. So this is the very, very gentle energy of forgiveness. We need to let go of some certain things. I also have the card of Fear that go with Bound. So a lot of things need to go out. We are not in Scorpio season anymore, but we still have some loose things to end, to close chapter, and then to just close the door to start a new chapter of our life, to have better vibration. And it says, come and get it in protection with a Knight of Wands. So this is really useful right now as an advice. We need to have protection more around us. It's also the card for me of exhaustion. So we need to have some physical sport. You need to go out for walks. You need to do maybe martial art or any kind of sport, move physically to get your toxins out, to let everything that you cannot express, maybe anger, resentment, anything that is heavier on you, to go out elsewhere. Personally, I have a trampoline now, and try to be angry or moody in the trampoline. It's really hard.
Well, trampoline also, from the Taoist perspective, there's a saying, it's loosely translated, but you can't put clean water in a dirty glass, meaning that the clean water will get dirty. So in the body, before you get clean energy into the body, you have to move the lymphatic system.
Yep.
And so the trampoline is one of the best ways, other than maybe massage, direct massage, or lymph massage and all that. But trampoline is a big way to move that stagnant energy and the toxins that are caught in your lymph nodes. So that's really good. Okay. Jay says, can we ask the cards about silver and headaches? Did that question come before or after I said that?
I think right after.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, actually, why don't we pull cards on that? Is there something to that? Are we on to a big invention here? Is there a way maybe for industry to look into this for us, and if there is any value to that? I'm curious.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. This is amazing. Healing and surrender. So it goes through the heart chakra and it just aligns everything. This is beautiful. So yes, I need one.
Okay, perhaps we'll make one here. It'll be the Beyond Mystic Headache Silver Headrest. I don't know how we're going to call it. Speaking of that, Esmeralda, she says, hey, don't forget to get JC's beautiful silver bars for Christmas and Positive Conductor. Absolutely beautiful bars. Yes, you can do so here at beyondmystic.net/silver. Thank you so much, Esmeralda. And of course, the special order form for the Beyond Mystic bars are there on top. And if you scroll down, you'll see the specials of the week here from Miles Franklin to you, the Beyond Mystic audience. And on top of all of that, coming very, very soon, Julie, what the hell is this?
Yeah, so that's going to be our next silver bar. Mm-hmm. So this one, well, Janine has been looking to produce her own branded silver bar for a while. So we decided to put together this Sending Ravens by Janine's silver bar. And I feel like it's going to be a great piece to gift also to other people, because this Sending Raven energy is very healing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm excited for this too. And of course, we already have the mechanisms to make them, the molds, the machines, and all that. And with Julie's amazing artwork, we could do this very fast here for Janine. So we'll be putting up a pre-order form soon here on the beyondmystic.net/silver page here for you guys. The guys are building the mold now. Janine, of course, has approved this latest iteration here of the designs. We're really excited to do that. So next couple of days, I'll put up the pre-order form, and I'll have Andy Sheckman from Miles Franklin also coming up soon on the YouTube channel here to look at some of the delivery dates. Of course, these are not going to happen before Christmas. We still have to make the mold and then start pouring the bars and then the shipping aspect. But you'll be able to order them here in pre-order very soon. And we'll have some, of course, some very specific discounts for the Beyond Mystic audience on the Insider Access Pass, and also for Janine's Tarot by Janine membership. They'll have a very special price for them as well. As a big thank you for their dedication and for the support to everything we do. So big thank you to all of you out there, and we look forward to sharing this beautiful bars with you guys. Yeah. Okay, that's it for Silver. Sophie, what do you think? We want to go for some rapid fire questions?
Why not?
Why not?
I feel like she has a lot of energy with this.
Yeah, let's channel all this Mars energy, Sophie. Okay, Sherry, I won't read the family names. Sherry says, thank you for all you do. A general card for money would be appreciated. So Sherry wants to have a little bit of insight on where her finances are going.
And I'll add something after, JC.
Oh, and just very, yes, this is a great question. Michael Marr, does Andy still have silver on reserve? The sovereign coins, as you know, are harder and harder to find. The mints have stopped producing. In some cases, they've curtailed producing, and they've put a lot of the distributors on allocation. But when it comes to raw material, silver shot or silver like bulk ingots, those are still relatively easy to get your hands on. And this is where, of course, we take them, melt them, and make these bars. So the answer for now, Michael, to that question is yes. So no issues with the Beyond Mystic bars. But if you're looking at sovereign coins, and they're getting harder and harder to find, and the premiums are almost 100% now, as opposed to these bars, which are much, much, much cheaper. Okay, Sophie, Sherry, question for finances.
So I have the Page of Pentacles and I have the King of Cups. I have to say that something will present itself. I don't think you have to really try a lot right now. You can look, you can be open, welcome it. You can call it also from the universe. But I think energy-wise in your finance, something will present itself, a new opportunity. And you should grasp it. You should take it. This opportunity will give you a lot of joy in your life, and it can be something that you do with others. Also with the King of Cups, I think that you're going to have people working with you that you're going to really enjoy. So it may be a job or it may be a project on the side, but either way, this is coming towards you and you should really take this opportunity.
Wow. Okay. Sherry, I hope that helps. This next one in PayPal, sometimes the nicknames don't follow, and this is a corporate account. So whoever is asking Sophie about a message from their mother, you know who you are. I won't name the business name. The question is, Sophie, does my mom have a message for me? So let's just tune into that questioner and try to give him or her an answer.
It's funny that we talked about forgiveness, because I have the energy of forgiveness in that question. So I will not go into details, but it says release the guilt, release anything that you hold. It says, let go completely of anything. If there was an energy of forgiveness that you were waiting, it's that sign. She is giving you that sign of release it. So maybe sometimes we could not say goodbye. We could not see that person another time or to do exactly what we hope for. There's always a reason when somebody passed that we hold some guilt, and she's saying release it. She's saying also it's time to think about yourself. It's time to do the things that makes you happy. Do not try to give too much to others right now. It's your time to shine, and you release the pressure on your shoulder to make everybody that happy.
Very good. SS Ladybug, I think that's maybe Sherry. She's saying thank you so much for the card. Bring it on. Okay, appreciate the feedback there. That's cool. It's hard to match the nicknames to the PayPal tip jar here sometimes, but thank you. I appreciate that. The next one, let's go for Julie. Let's look at an Oracle deck card for this one. Ian is asking, what does our future selves want us to know as we move forward in the next few months? So let's panel
Interesting question.
Audience's future selves. What do we need to know as we travel or move forward the next few months?
Okay.
Jumping out of the card. Okay.
Wow. Okay. So it's my Starseed deck. So I felt it was the right deck to take for that question. So I have the Earth School card. So it says life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. So interesting. So I feel like Sophie said earlier, I feel like we're leveling up in this Earth School. So first thing I have to say about this card. And I feel like we're all being challenged in some kind of way also. That's what Earth School is kind of reminding me right now. So life lessons, soul growth, because we all know that, let's say, if our soul already decided that we would experience those specific challenges in order to grow in this lifetime, we all know that that's the way to grow the fastest. It's not by staying in the same, let's say, comfortable position in life and experiencing the same comfortable experiences over and over again. It's by being challenged with hard stuff. So I feel like it's not because we're not deserving of good things. I feel like it's because our souls know that that's the way to grow the fastest. And also the other part of this card is also study and higher learning. So I feel like we're being all called to study something new. We're having some echo. I'm just going to mute you, Jason. Sorry. And we'll be called to learn a lot of new stuff. So let's say develop more into the esoterics, learn new spiritual stuff, read more books. And I have that in my personal cards. Yesterday, I did a tarot cards poll for myself, and I had a lot of beginning to study something new. So I feel like we're being called to, let's say, review all those knowledge from the past that we once had.
Well, it's Sagittarius season. And I did not connect the dots. I just did, but it's Sagittarius season. It's the time that we are called to make other studies from new perspective for spirituality. It's also past life, Sagittarius. So it's a lot of things that we need to just connect the dots. And I think that the leveling up, that ascending syndrome that we see a lot right now, it's linked maybe with Sagittarius season. And I feel bad that I did not connect the dots earlier, but now we know.
Okay, makes sense. Ian says, hey, thank you for the card reading. I'm excited for the future. Appreciate that. Thank you, Ian. Next one here. Let me have you set up the astrology wheel, Julie, for this next question. Cancer Sun and Libra Rising. So if you want to spin that. And while you're doing that, I'll ask another question to Sophie. Eric, great show as usual. Thank you, 3. Well, thank you, Eric. Appreciate that. This one is also astrology. Let me see. Amy.
You can go ahead. I'm kind of...
You ready to go? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So what's the question?
Oh.
I will help, JC.
You should know this. You're psychic. Come on. No. Okay, who is this? I think it was Jamie. Man, you screwed up my timing. Yes. Did I say Cancer Sun, Libra rising?
Yes.
Is that the one? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going through such a hard time lately. I'm wondering if you see things getting better for me. That's for Jamie.
Okay. So first part of the answer, I think, is this big energy you have in your 8th house, which is the house of transformation. So you have Uranus there, which is drastic changes, drastic updates with the North Node there. So the universe is pushing you towards fast transformation. So that can be very, very uncomfortable. I agree with that. Yeah, the good thing about your astrology for the moment is that Jupiter is about to enter your 7th house on the 20th of this month. For 5 months, you're going to have Jupiter in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. So where it's going to feel a lot lighter in your life are going to be anything that's in partnership with other people. So that could be meeting some new inspiring people. That could be meeting, like say, a guide, a new teacher, or someone that's just very beneficial for you, generally speaking, into your life. Well, that can be also many people, because Jupiter can also represent many, many people. So I feel like you'll have a lot of great moments with other people, and it can also be traveling with other people with that Jupiter entering your 7th house. So for the next 5 months, I feel like the thing that's going to be, let's say, the most positive in your life will be partnerships and relationships.
Okay, very good. The next one is for Beverly. So Julie, stay there. Cancer Sun, Capricorn rising. If you want to set that, and then I'll ask you a question there. And again, a big thank you to all of you in the PayPal tip jar. You guys are amazing. So the question for Beverly, Cancer Sun, Capricorn rising, what does the universe feel is important for me to know right now?
Okay, I'll pull a card to accompany the birth chart. Beverly. Okay.
Wait a minute. Wolf Love says, JC cracks me up. Did I say anything funny? Are you watching
You're always
maybe in
funny.
the late time? Was I funny? And also, Yves Langlois, you just gave me a tip in your PayPal tip jar. You didn't put a question. Yves is a really good supporter of the show. He's been around since almost day one. He keeps giving us money. But Yves, if you have a question, you didn't put it in this PayPal tip jar. So type it in the live chat here.
Let us know, Yves.
Yeah, and if I see your question, of course, I'll bring it up. A big thank you to Yves. You're a great supporter of the show. Okay, back to Beverly Hills. Beverly. Beverly Hills. Back to Beverly. What does universe feel is important for her to know right now?
Okay, so I pulled the card Aries. So I'm looking at your chart, the chart of the moment with your rising sign on the ascendant. So I feel like this will be the major focus for the coming months for you, Beverly. So Jupiter is just about to enter your 4th house, and I had the Aries card. So Jupiter is about to enter Aries for everybody, but for you, it's going to highlight your 4th house, which is all about home and family. So I feel like you'll have a lot of great opportunities coming for you if you're, let's say, hoping to renovate your house, buy a new house, or sell your house, or even move to somewhere else, because Jupiter can also be international energy in your home and family sector. And I feel like you'll have great opportunities also regarding your home and family. That can also bring a lot of peace and knowledge at home, which is Jupiter. So lots of good opportunities. And also I feel like you'll be really happy where you are in your living situation. So that will be the main focus that I see for the next 5 months.
Okay. Very good. Yves says no question. LOL. Okay. Merci beaucoup, Yves. On apprécie énormément ton appui. Merci, Yves. LA says JC will be living in Beverly Hills with all that silver. Ain't no way you're going to ever see me living in Beverly Hills. Nuh-uh. You're most likely to see me somewhere on the top of a mountain in a very secluded area. Maybe a nice house, yes, but very secluded. Not Beverly Hills, not demonic at all. opposite direction of energy I'm looking for. Okay, Beverly. Next one, Amy. Taurus Sun, Aquarius Moon, Leo Rising. Usually, Taurus Sun, Leo Rising. And her question is very specific for Amy. What advice does universe have for me right now with this full moon? So she's looking at this particular alignment. What can you share with Amy? Let me bring that back up here at the screen. There you go.
Okay, so I put the chart for Leo rising for the full moon. So the full moon falls in your 11th house, Amy. So 11th house will... I feel like it's going to be for sure connected with your friends and social circles. This is the 11th house. So there is a closure of some kind. There could also be rewards if you're also using social media, because 11th house is all about networking. So it could be through social media. It could be also through any kind of friendships. We just got to watch out for this Mars energy with possible conflicts regarding people that you know. So there could also be people disagreeing with you, let's say with this transit, not having the same view of things as you have. Maybe not your close friends, but just acquaintances in general is the 11th house. So there's, let's say, a lot of possible closure with the friendship department. But the good thing about the 11th house is also your, let's say, projects in the future. So it's also the house of big dreams, we call it. So it's really a good time to manifest anything that you've been waiting to manifest in your life. And with this Mars energy, it's also asking you to take the first step into the direction of your big dreams. So this is a great full moon to start taking tangible steps into the direction of your dreams.
Okay, very good, Amy. I hope that helps. RJ, Maisonette, Jupiter. What about fishies? Like Pisces? Love life? Pisces? Does it mean Pisces?
Oh, I think it's Pisces.
Do you guys understand the question?
Well, I guess we're talking about Pisces, love life.
Okay. Does that make sense?
Well, with the energy right now, we both have Jupiter and Neptune into the sign of Pisces. So for everybody, Jupiter and Neptune are very dreamy energy. So it's very connected to the past. So there might be some opportunities to meet people from the past or from past lives also, which is very much Jupiter and Pisces. The only thing for me that's a bit, let's say, red flag about this energy is that there could also be deceptions with Neptune and Pisces and also Jupiter there. So we could be dreaming about something and let's say having a big scenario, a fantasy in our minds, and it's not necessarily going to be reality. So this is the only thing that I would be careful for this Pisces energy. So if you have a lot of Pisces in your chart, like let's say your sun, your moon, your ascendant, so there could be those two sides to this highly emphasized Pisces energy we have right now with Neptune and Jupiter.
Okay, very good. Somebody earlier, was it Amanda or Lisa? There's somebody in the chat saying, hey, I've got my birth chart. I'm having trouble reading it. So two things on that. One, you can go to Maison Jupiter here on YouTube and just type in Astrology 101 or Birth Chart 101, I believe, is the free video where Julie goes through how to read your birth charts. You can find that there for free on Maison Jupiter on YouTube. And also coming very soon, you'll be able to book a one-on-one consultation with Meg Moonbeam, who's coming to the show here very, very soon. Julie, let's talk about the updates here. I know you're working behind the scenes to get her ready here for the one-on-one consultations, the booking system and all that. A lot of people still excited here with their birth charts to get one-on-one readings on the astrology front. How close are we here to launching this new service on Maison Jupiter?
Well, very close, I think. I'm very excited because I think Meg will be a great addition to the team. There was a lot of demands for one-on-one consultations with astrology. And I know that let's say, decoding your own birth chart is not an easy thing. The birth chart I have on MaisonJupiter.com is more of a, let's say, a first step into the direction of decoding your own birth chart. But astrology is a very deep and complex topic. As you can see, when I have the charts on screen, people are like, what? Because there's a lot of elements into it. So it's a start. We're starting somewhere, but decoding your own birth chart, I would say, is a lifetime of learning stuff. And also, astrology is about experiencing stuff also. So you see the theory of the alignments, but also you're living it. So you have a lot of indications. But in support to that, we'll have Meg. That's fantastic. She's a great astrologer. And she's going to do the one-on-one consultation. So you'll be able to really learn how to decode it with her. She's going to answer all your questions. And she did my birth chart, and she was great. I was shocked. She was really, really on the dot.
Yeah. So basically, that was part of the interviews. We asked all of the people who interviewed for this position to do a live reading for the interview on Julie. And man, really nailed it. And of course, she doesn't know Julie, and I thought that was really cool. And speaking about experiencing, that's the case for me also with this report that came with my birth chart, Julie. I find that now, knowing some of these alignments, I can head into them and knowing that I can choose between the higher aspects of the energy and the lower aspects of the energy. And when you're like just a pinball not knowing these energies, you're basically faded to either side of the coin. So if you want to work at it and know it, let's talk about that, how knowing that and being able to choose the higher versions of those alignments and what they mean for you. Maybe let's give them a quick tidbit on how best to do that, Julie.
Well, like you said it beautifully, I think it's awareness. Astrology is giving you awareness to choose and to not being unconsciously reacting to stuff around you. So you're noticing the energies because they're going to hit your chart. Something in your chart is going to be activated. And then you're going to be like, oh, that's why I felt that trigger, or I felt very inspired, or I have low energy. And so next time it's hitting your chart again, you'll know and how to act and how to choose, let's say, the higher road and the best decisions for your higher self. So I feel like it's a great tool for awareness in general.
Okay, very good. So I have a few more questions in the tip jar. We're just about an hour in here. I want to get to all of them. Before I do that, and before I forget, we need to find the winner of the what was it called again?
Protect Your DNA.
Protect Your DNA, of course, campaign. So this was the show. So I think what we can do live, I'm going to start scrolling down so you guys won't be able to read anything. And when either of you tells me stop, the lowest version or the lowest comment on the screen where somebody is saying protect your DNA will be the winner. Is that fair?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Sophie.
Okay.
So you do it.
You're going to give me the stop?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So let me start scrolling. Anytime you're ready.
Stop.
Oof. The last one on the screen here is Pammy Beloved. Protect Your DNA. Love your show. Okay. So let me reply, Pammy. Okay. You won. Send me your coordinates.
Nice.
Coordinates. Did I get that right? Coordinates. And this is Carla, right? Carla will ship you a pyramid. There you go. Live, guys. Pyramid. My God. I'm having trouble. There you go. Click reply. There you go. Let's love this comment. This one. And let's go ahead and pin that. So, Pammy, if she's watching now, actually, Pammy, if you're watching now, let us know in the live chat. But there you go. The comment is now pinned on that YouTube video. Let me see in the live chat here. Is she there?
I don't think she's in the live chat.
Oh, yeah, because if she typed it after, she might have been watching the show on replay. That makes sense. Okay, so congratulations. I look forward to getting your email. And of course, Ascension Organite is there too, so she knows she's looking for an email here from either myself or Pammy for the last pyramid. All right, merci, Carla. Appreciate that. Paula Thompson. Paula, the next questioner, sorry about that. Sophie, do you see my investment bringing fruit in January? Let's pull a quick card on that one and see if it's a yay or nay.
I have the card of patience. So I would say not January, but for sure soon after it. So it's a yes, it's going to pay off. You're going to have something for this investment. I don't know if I'm assuming it's an investment of money. It may be of time or energy, but it's something that will pay off a bit after January. So beginning of March at the latest.
Who's muting me? Okay. Is there still an echo? Yeah. Okay. The next one. Okay, can I do something different? Let me go a bit high right now. Mute. Bring this one down a little bit. Okay, hopefully that helps. Okay, everybody's in the chat. Protect your DNA. No, the contest is over. That was last week's contest. I might have something next for you here before the end of the show, so stay tuned if you want to be a lucky winner for that as well. Okay, the next one is from Aaron. Let me see if I can read this. JC, please ask the cards for my mom. Okay, Aaron, ask the cards for my mom. Mom is 72 years old, widowed for 7 years now. She wants to know if she will be alone or if she will find someone else. Julie?
No, there's someone coming. I see it. I feel it. But there's a blockage to purge before. So let's check with the cards.
Okay.
You cannot make that up. All of those commitment.
Nice.
But first, there is something that we need to cleanse. I have pause, and in those beautiful ends, we have a sun. So the sun is the symbol of a man. We have a man from the past that we need to remove from the energy field. So when we remove somebody from the energy field, we don't release the bad. We don't release we don't release the good. So we keep everything that is love, everything that is good, but we remove everything that is blocking new energy field. So this is not an easy thing to do, letting the heart being available again, letting the heart having some space to welcome a new energy in. But I do have commitment coming really, really soon if she is ready for it. Okay. So she's not going to be alone.
Okay, I love it. Right. ISO Parametric says, I wanted to see a time lapse of JC counting to 999 comments of Protect Your DNA. Yes, that was the contest. I wanted to pick the 999th one, but here's the issue. Let me see if I can bring this back up on the screen. We only had 746 comments. You guys disappoint me. So I needed 999. So maybe tonight you guys will play along correctly and I'll get to that 999 for next week. So this is what the best I could do for tonight was do it the way we did. But thank you for reminding me. Yes, that was originally the deal. I held up my end of the bargain. I'm giving you a pyramid. Okay, the next one is from, I'll just say Flowing Motion. Does my sister have a message for me and my brother? She passed on November 17th.
I'm so sorry.
Want to do that one? Okay. So Laura says, 99 bottles of beer in the wall. 999 comments. Okay.
You're too upbeat for this Mars retrograde.
I don't know what the fuck's happening. I'm too muted because I haven't slept for 3 days. And I have another show to do tonight. By the way, guys, hold on. Sophie, hold on with the cards. I can't forget this. I'm completely excited. Jenny and I are so excited to do this live activation here with May Levy. That is tonight. So it's going to be 10:55 Eastern time. So my time here, we're going to be doing this live activation here with both May and Janine live. And of course, May is in Hawaii now. So if you want to join us for that, please go to Deep Intuitive Healing, where you can register and obtain the link to this live meditation. So let me bring that back on the screen. Very excited to do this live with May. It's going to be absolutely fabulous. Guys, join us there if you can. We want to see the biggest numbers we ever had here in these live activations. We're hoping to beat that record tonight. So please join us in big numbers. I'll leave that link on the screen. So Sophie, back to you. The message for the brother and sister.
Yes, absolutely. So she is saying that she's not alone on the other side. So for whatever reason she needed to say that, maybe you were wondering if there was someone with her. She is not alone. She is completely okay. But I do see that you're going to receive tons of signs, tons of communication. We have communication on top of the card of communication. So this is through dreams, through subconscious. Be open to numbers. Also, she's big on numbers for some reason. So be really mindful about what you receive, because if you just if you see the message and you don't really trust it, you may be passing on maybe some beautiful message for the holidays or for some meaningful moments.
Okay. Wow, that's great. I hope that helps. Next one's a little bit tough. It's a tough question here for a live show, but I feel, and I know you guys will too, and you'll help me create the space here for both the questioner and perhaps the answer that's going to come. So Virgo Sun and Sag Moon. Julie, if you want to also bring that up in case you want to add the astrology, but I'm going to ask the question.
Rising?
Virgo Sun, Sagittarius Moon.
Okay.
If that makes sense. I'm going to ask Sophie the question, and if you also want to add some astrology later, you'll be able to do so. So the question is, my husband and I lost our blessed little girl on October 4th, 2021. Very sorry to hear that. We have been extremely challenged with money this year. I have been in school as NLP, hypnosis and energy healer. Is it going to get better?
Truly sorry to hear it. Just to start, let's check the energy around this. While she's watching you from the other side, still we have beautiful cards about this. Let me just check the energy around you. Wow, okay. We have the throat chakra. This is my card for throat chakra. I know it says other things in that, but they're always using this for throat chakra. Don't ask me why. We have the commitment. So you're exactly doing what your soul wanted you to come here to do. You are in your mission. You are in your purpose. So of course, it's going to get better if you stick with this, because this is something that you're going to feel fulfilled in. You're going to help other people. You're going to step in a role that you are going to feel comfortable in. Give yourself time, give yourself permission to also grow in that space. When we have this card of the Hierophant, normally it indicates for this question that you are in your mission, but also this is the card of the teacher. I would not be surprised if with time you also teach it. You also create maybe your own way of doing it that doesn't resonate with what you're learning exactly right now. You're going to add your own flavor and being able to teach it later. Also, I have you as a warrior. Your little girl is seeing you as a warrior, extremely strong. So she knows it. She is helping you with this, but just know that you're rocking it. You are absolutely wonderful in everything that you're doing right now. Give yourself permission to feel good again.
Wow. Okay. That's emotional. Julie, anything you want to add?
Yeah. So I'm also a Virgo sun and a Sag moon. So I feel like we got a lot in common to start with. There's Uranus in the North Node in your 9th house. So I very much agree with Sophie that until mid-2023, the universe is pushing you to be a guide and a teacher. So all that hard experiences that you went through is, I guess, was already planned to try to make you as a healer, a guide, a mentor for other people. So you could find this strength within you. And Jupiter is entering in your 8th house, which is all about learning about esoteric spirituality. So exactly what you're doing at the time. So you'll be really diving deep for the next 5 months with Jupiter in your 8th house, preparing to be exactly where you're supposed to be, because you're exactly where you're supposed to be. But you'll be up-leveling a lot mission-wise, because I feel like you got a good mission to accomplish and you're already in the right place. So yeah. Oh, JC, you're muted.
Wow, very good. I believe Universal Wonders by Lisa is the same person. The name doesn't match the PayPal, but I believe it is. And if it is, thank you. I appreciate that. And she's saying, thank you, Jean-Claude, for reading my question. I was shaking as you was asking it. Now I understand. Yeah. I hope that helps. And please join me, everybody in the chat, also to send energies here. Yeah. For this situation. Okay, last one. And Julie, you're on the screen. Let's do an oracle card on this one. James is asking, what does universe have in store for me? Let's see what we can get from the oracle cards for James.
Okay. Universe has in store for James. A lot of healing, James. I have, I'm trying to, okay. Deep cellular healing is the card. It says, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. So I'll pick another one. So first, healing is big. This theme of up-leveling and spiritually is very present. Oh, yeah. And I got the cracked open card that says rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. So it's the first time I picked this card, actually. So I feel like you've been through a rough time, but like it's illustrated on the card, when you're cracked open, it's where your light can shine the best. So you're really going through a lot of healing in order for your light to be even brighter. So you're being called to shine, but let's say removing a lot of layers that are preventing you from shining this light even more. So you're into a big transformational process.
Wow. Very cool. Okay. Let me end with Sophie. And I do have a contest for you guys. So if you guys hold your end of the bargain this time, I will also for next week. But hold on for a sec. Sophie, from here till next week, any weird things we need to know, anything your universe wants to put on our radar? There's a lot of weird shit happening in our realm, but what can we glean here on how best to navigate these crazy energies?
Meditation, please. We have the mind, which is extremely linked with Gemini, and we have destruction. So that means that be conscious of your thought process, be conscious of what you're seeing inside. And if you have something that it's looping in your mind and you're not capable of getting out of that loop, lower vibration or just stress or things like this, please just try to disengage from it. Everybody's wired differently. So if you need to meditate. If you're not good at this, music, like Julie said earlier. If you're more in Aries or fiery sign, do more sport, go outside. And if you have a lot of Pisces, I suggest that you use a lot of visualization so you can just get out of that loop. Sometimes, last trick, if you have a loop inside of your head, speak up and just say stop or okay, I get it. It sounds weird, but it works.
Okay, very good. And of course, you said meditation. So yes, guys, one last time, if you want to take part in this amazing meditation, light language activation tonight, you still have time to register. You can do so at deepintuitivehealing.com. And let me just check again. Where was that YouTube channel? This one. How many views did we have on this? We had 20,000 views. So there's no reason we couldn't get to 999 comments. You see what I mean? Okay. Yeah. So for the next show, I'm gonna type it into the window here. So what are we doing? I want at least 999 like buttons, please, and 999 comments. And the comment is gonna go as follows. May Levy is awesome. On the team tonight. So there you go, guys. That's your assignment for the comments below the video after the live chat, and we will be picking a winner next week. Of course, this is almost a $400 pyramid we're giving away, so please just support, have fun with the show, and I look forward to counting those live in real time with you guys next week. In the meantime, guys, of course, you can find the amazing Julie and Sophie here at Maison Jupiter, where you can get your personal birth charts done, and also your readings with Sophie. Sophie, what are the emergency bookings looking like right now for next week?
Emergencies of priority is the end of this week, and for the 1 hour, I think we still have some space. The end of January, we're starting to book February. So if you want to give a 1 hour session for Christmas, you have to act fast on this.
Okay, and guys, also check the site very soon here to see the addition of Make Moonbeam here on the YouTube channel, but also for the one-on-one activations here on MaisonJupiter.com. So stay tuned for that. And of course, this was the Divine Feminine Oracle Show for the full moon in Gemini. I'm Jean-Claude at BeyondMystic. I love you guys. Melissa Long, thank you so much. It says great show. Thank you, JC and Julie and Sophie. And we'll look forward to seeing you next week and finding that crazy winner for the May Levy is Awesome contest. I'll see you guys later tonight for the live meditation. Take care. Au revoir.
Love you guys.
Au revoir.